It started as a presumptive and now it is confirmed case. What officials are saying about the positive case of hantavirus here on the island.
And this just breaks you in half to see what's going on.
Fear for the future. Drying rivers and low snowpack and the hot summer temps haven't arrived yet. What's in store for the island in the weeks and months ahead? New route, new security, and record-breaking. The Victoria Day Parade is set to go. Good evening and thanks for joining us. Our nation's public health agency confirming a positive case of hantavirus in a Canadian isolating in our province after leaving the cruise ship affected by the deadly outbreak. The case was first reported publicly by Dr. Bonnie Henry on Saturday when she said the test had come back with a presumptive positive result. Well, now the National Microbiology Laboratory in Winnipeg is confirming the positive test, and a second person who traveled with the confirmed case has tested negative. The agency saying the overall risk to the general population remains low. So far, 12 worldwide cases of hantavirus have been linked to the cruise ship, including the one Canadian. A section of Terminal Avenue in Nanaimo was temporarily closed this morning following an explosion in a wooded area near the city's downtown. Police say they responded around 8 in the morning to reports of an explosion near the 900 block of Terminal Avenue North. Police closed part of the road to both vehicles and pedestrians while emergency crews investigated. RCMP saying officers and Nanaimo Fire Rescue and BC Emergency Health Services all responding. RCMP says while its findings are preliminary, it appears the explosion was caused by an e-bike. Here's Dean Stoltz.
Well, a large section of Terminal Avenue through a busy part of Nanaimo was closed for a couple of hours this morning after an apparent explosion in a wooded area near an apartment. One resident of that apartment telling me he's not surprised.
It's never ending, you know. We get so fed up with this crap.
Daryl Viney lives in this apartment at Terminal Avenue and Cypress Street, which was in the middle of the closed-off area. He says he didn't hear the explosion around 8 a.m., but heard the emergency vehicles rushing in.
So I came out and they had the whole highway blocked off. Like I say, from town site all the way up to Princess Royal.
Police say the road was closed to minimize risk to the public and to allow investigators to respond safely. Adding investigators located significant metal debris consistent with an explosion. And RCMP say preliminary findings indicate that the explosion was likely caused by an exploding e-bike battery. Now, police aren't saying who was in the woods doing what with an e-bike battery, but Daryl Viney says there's a constant stream of unhoused people or drug users in the woods, and it's always been a concern.
It does, yeah. It's a worrisome, because if they light a fire down here and they forget about it, then the forest is so dry right now, it'll be just a big firestorm, and we'll have to be evacuated from this apartment building.
Police say there were no reports of injuries or damage to surrounding property.
Summer still weeks away, and already there are major concerns about drought conditions on our island. The snowpack is one of the lowest in BC, and in some regions, conservationists are warning the conditions are already taking a toll. Chadis Leo reports.
It's not the water level people like Joe Cecil hope to see in the middle of spring, but low flows on the Cowichan River have almost become the norm.
So Joe, being here 77 years, if we were standing here, let's say 10, 15, 20 years ago, would we even be able to stand right here where we are now?
With your shoes like that? No.
Cecil has lived in the same spot along the Cowichan River for decades. A lifelong advocate for the waterway who's losing faith about its future.
And this just breaks you in half to see what's going on, when it could be better. We could fix things and we don't. And so it really, really is hard.
While some parts of BC are seeing normal to even above normal snowpack, it's a much different story here on the island. According to its May 1st snow survey, the Ministry of Water, Land and Resource Stewardship shows Vancouver Island sitting at just 27% of normal, down from 44% a month earlier. Overall, BC is sitting at 83%.
A combination of low snowpack and then drier conditions, warmer than normal to start the spring. We have seen that river levels are very low across the island. In some cases, they're actually at their all-time low for this time of year.
Further up island, Nanaimo is coming off one of the warmest and driest Aprils on record, with the mid-island already breaking daily high temperature records to start off May. Those who rely on our rivers hope for precipitation. According to Environment and Climate Change Canada, predicting what will happen later in the summer is difficult.
The later half of the month into May, as well as June, July, and August, there is a clear signal that temperatures are likely to be above normal. But when we look at precipitation, there's very low certainty at this point.
But the warm, dry start to the season is raising fears on the Cowichan River and memories of the severe drought of 2023 when the largest die-off of fish on the river was recorded. Cecil says there are things we can be doing to help.
Regulations on forestry, regulations on angling, and come up with the proper sewage systems. And then the rest is all Mother Nature. And of course, our climate change, is a big, big issue in this world.
From shrinking snowpacks to record low flows, the elevated drought risk for this river is already very real, while hope continues for rain.
New route, new security measures. Tomorrow, the 126th Victoria Day Parade will see the highest number of people marching on record. More than 4,000 people will march along the Inner Harbour. Here's Ollie Herrera.
It's the kickoff to the summer season. The Victoria Day long weekend comes filled with events and people watching a celebration of community spirit and culture. But it's the parade at the end of the long weekend that continues to draw in tens of thousands of people to downtown Victoria.
Queen Victoria in our Victoria Day Grand Parade.
In the past, it's had some royal representation, with this woman who played the role of the Queen herself at the former Wax Museum back in 1984.
Ironically, I got involved in the Victoria Day Parade and the traditions back in the 1980s when I was still in high school. My mom was the president of the society along with Barb Coltish.
Keeping the tradition of the Victoria Day Parade isn't easy, especially when it's turning 126. But for Kelly Curta, it's the community cohesion that keeps the event going every year.
Canadian Coast Guard built their purpose-built float. D&D did theirs. Rob Gailey's got the Gailey Farms float that represents it. So many of the people and the participants in the parade take so much time.
More than 4,100 people will take part in the parade.
It's by far the largest number of entries we've ever had.
And around 70,000 will watch as they march. But like everything in life, even with traditions, some changes still have to be made. This year's route won't happen on Victoria's Douglas Street like in the past, now instead starting at the BC Legislature and going through Government and Wharf Street before ending near Centennial Square. It's a safety decision in response to the Lapu Lapu Festival tragedy last year.
There are implementations that Vic City and City of Victoria have put in with additional fencing, additional traffic control, additional vehicles. We've got digital signage. And then our marketing and advertising has had to change.
Victoria Police will be on scene for safety and have its drone in the air. With these route changes, Curta is alerting people to show up earlier this year to get a good spot.
And you can catch all the action live right here on CHEK TV or on your YouTube, our very own YouTube channel, our streaming service, CHEK Plus. Stacey Ross, Paul Haysom, Ed Bain, and Jeff King will guide you through the parade. All the action getting underway starting tomorrow at 9 a.m. The city of Campbell River is moving ahead with plans to expand parking at the Big Rock boat ramp. Demolition work set to begin Tuesday. City officials say the structure at 1021 Island Highway to the Big Rock boat ramp parking lot will be demolished. Portions of the Big Rock boat ramp parking lot will also face temporary closures at times to accommodate the work. The work's expected to wrap up June 5th. For more information on the boat ramp parking lot expansion, we have more details on our website. A rare and endangered snake species has been discovered on a northern Gulf island. A sharp-tailed snake sighting has been confirmed on Lasqueti Island, extending its known range on the BC coast by more than 60 kilometers. The coastal population of the snake was previously only known to inhabit southern Gulf Islands and southern Vancouver Island. Young snakes are bright reddish orange and can weigh less than half a gram, while adults grow to about 30 centimeters long and roughly the thickness of a pencil. The non-venomous snake spend much of their lives underground, making them difficult to detect. BC Parks is encouraging anyone who believes they have spotted a sharp-tailed snake to report sightings. And for more information on how, you can head to our website at cheknews.ca. Sea otters, we got a theme here of animals, have officially taken over the biggest screen on the island. A new Vancouver Island filmed IMAX documentary, Sea Otters, A Wild Family Adventure, is now playing at IMAX Victoria, bringing audiences up close with the playful marine mammals along BC's rugged west coast. The film follows a sea otter mother and pup, Bella and Finn, through the winter months of the west coast off our island, capturing the young otter's early survival journey in one of the province's harshest marine environments. Beyond the wildlife story, the documentary also touches on the species' comeback story in our province after sea otters were nearly wiped out during the maritime fur trade before eventually being reintroduced. The film is scheduled to be at IMAX all summer long and into the fall. Tess Van Straten joining us now. Talk a little bit about the weather outside. Nice turnaround. Beautiful out there right now.
Yeah, what a difference a day makes. As expected, today is the nicest day of the long weekend. We saw that going into the weekend, so most areas seeing sunshine today, although there was some cloud cover for parts of the island. But let's take a look at our radar. Not a lot to show you on it, unlike yesterday when we did see precipitation throughout the island, which was much needed precipitation. Good news on that front. Unfortunately, the areas that needed it most, the South Island as well as parts of the East Island, didn't really get very much. So I pulled the numbers today, and despite heavier rainfall at times yesterday and some heavier rainfall at times on Friday as well for parts of the East and South Island, the Victoria airports only had 1.7 millimeters total of rain all month so far. And then North Cowichan's only had 4.3 millimeters of rain. Gonzales has had under 4 millimeters of rain, and Comox is at under 10 millimeters of rain. So far below normal levels, unfortunately, and this is on the heels of a very dry April for the island as well. So there is no precipitation in store for these driest areas for at least the next week. Temperature-wise, though, not hot weather. So that's the good news in terms of our fire danger. We're not seeing very hot weather. We are seeing nice, pretty seasonal temperatures or into the 20s, low 20s for most areas coming up. So I'll have more on that coming up. But first, parts of the island saw some wild weather yesterday. This is how things looked and sounded on the South Island, with hail pounding down in some areas yesterday afternoon, including in Duncan and on the West Shore. Ashley Hillard took this video in Langford. She said they'd just come from Souk, where it was sunny and beautiful. Yes, spring on Vancouver Island. And here's a look at the dramatic scene along the Somas River in Port Alberni due to an approaching thunderstorm yesterday afternoon. Thanks to Roland Smith for sending that one in. But at least it didn't snow here. Parts of the BC interior and Calgary and other parts of Alberta had snow this long weekend. And today's weather photos are a look at beautiful rainbows we had Friday evening due to the showers and sunshine. Catherine Riggins captured those ones over Dallas Road, and Rebecca Lampert took these shots from her parents' house in Rockland, looking towards Gonzales Bay. Gorgeous double rainbow there, brightening up the evening sky, and double rainbows are supposed to be good luck. And if you're doing spring gardening this long weekend, Stanley might be the perfect helper. Cassie Kanga says the 6-month-old pug loves flowers and collects them every day from under their camellia bush. What a cutie. Stanley, call me. I could use some help in the garden. Cha-Cha hasn't been super helpful in the garden. We'll have more viewer pet pics coming up, along with a special senior dog on Pet CHEK and Scott. Our CHEK Community Canine Ambassador, Cha-Cha, is here with a very exciting announcement. So that's coming up later. I'll have your full forecast as well for Victoria Day.
Standing by. Thanks so much, Tess. Concerns are growing overseas. What the World Health Organization is saying about the Ebola outbreak in Africa. The latest on that developing story when we come back.
Let's cut to the chase. You don't need a truck that talks. You need one that shows up. Work days, game days, and these days. Because the minutes The hours and the days add up, and Ram is up for them all. Ranked the most dependable full-size truck by J.D. Power and backed by Canada's best warranty of 10 years or 160,000 kilometers. You better believe that nothing stops Ram.
The reason I would choose Cherish is I feel like they really partner with me, and they're like an extension of my family. I feel really happy with the staff here, how they've made my mom feel, and when my mom's happy, I'm happy. Just like the old days when it was the other way around, when I was a child and when I was happy, my mom was happy. It's kind of a full circle moment.
Hi, my name's Alana Gurney. I'm a design consultant with Budget Blinds Victoria. One of my favorite parts of being a design consultant is making a personal connection with my clients. I enjoy personalizing the experience and helping my clients select the right window coverings for their home. Please contact us today at Budget Blinds Victoria so we can help you with your design needs.
I went skydiving. Closed captioning of this CHEK program is brought to you by the Tony Award-winning musical Kinky Boots, coming to the Royal Theatre July 7th to 12th. Tickets on sale now.
Now to the latest on the deadly Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo and Uganda. The World Health Organization has now declared it a public health emergency of international concern. There are more than 300 suspected cases and at least 88 deaths so far. The agency says the outbreak does not meet the criteria of a pandemic emergency, but warns that it could be much larger than what is being reported and that there is significant risk of local and regional spread. CBC's Anna Cunningham has more on this story from London.
The WHO says this is a rare strain of Ebola. It's called the Bundi-Buya, and it doesn't have a vaccine. Cases have been found in this area of the Democratic Republic of Congo in Central Africa. The region that you see in red is Ituri. It borders Uganda. All of the new Ebola cases that have been confirmed and suspected are in the DRC, except for 2 cases found in Uganda. The WHO says the people there had travelled from the DRC. The Director General of the WHO has issued a statement. In it, he says there are significant uncertainties to the true number of infected persons and geographic spread associated with this event at the present time. In addition, he says there is limited understanding of the epidemiological links with known or suspected cases. Now, previously, when we've seen large Ebola outbreaks, this was what happened. Back in 2014 in West Africa, there were screening areas set up. People had their temperatures checked and vaccines were given. Medics who specialise in infectious diseases now say this situation and this outbreak could potentially be more deadly to control.
Tests apparently in the field are not working particularly well. We don't have access to vaccines and therapeutics. And the numbers on a sheer scale suggest there is a significant undercount. If the tests aren't working well, these are rural communities. People don't show up for healthcare necessarily. Even deaths may be buried without not necessarily a healthcare authority knowing. It is largely, probably 2 to 3 times higher than this.
Ebola spreads through direct contact with the bodily fluids of an infected person or wild animal. Initially, we know that symptoms can be similar to that of flu. The World Health Organization is concerned that now in this part of Central and East Africa, There is the possibility of an unknown number of Ebola cases still within communities. Speeding up contact tracing and isolation will become essential. So too will be preventing the spread of misinformation, something that has been seen in previous outbreaks. Also, it's now been confirmed that Goma, a major city in eastern DRC, has had a confirmed case, and that just adds another layer of complications because that particular area is currently under the control of the armed group, the M23 rebels. The scale of the DRC, a country with 9 land borders, is vast. Rwanda has already closed its border. Other countries may soon follow as concerns grow for the spread of Ebola infections into other countries.
Ongoing attacks are testing the fragile truce between Israel and Lebanon after it was renewed on Friday. The Israeli military carrying out deadly strikes in southern Lebanon this weekend. Israel says it has the right to target threats posed by Iran's proxy, Hezbollah. CBC's Cameron McIntosh has more from Jerusalem.
Lebanon's health ministry says 6 people were killed along with 3 medics in Israeli airstrikes in southern Lebanon. Israel says it was targeting Hezbollah militants. On Friday, Israel and Lebanon agreed to a ceasefire that is supposed to last 45 days. Lebanon has accused Israel of targeting civilians, killing more than 20. Israel says it needs to create a buffer zone in southern Lebanon to counter Hezbollah attacks. Hezbollah is not a party to the ceasefire. Israel says it will continue its strikes until Hezbollah disarms. Hezbollah says it won't entertain that until the war is over. This is a spin-off of the war with Iran, now in its 79th day. The Strait of Hormuz remains an obstacle to a peace agreement. Iran has effectively blockaded it, along with about 1/5 of the world's oil supply. The head of the Iranian Parliament's National Security Committee says Iran is preparing to manage traffic in the strait along a designated route. Iranian state TV says the Iranian Navy will charge fees to provide safe passage. This all comes amid reports that the U.S. and Israel are again preparing to strike Iran. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu speaking with U.S. President Donald Trump today. Trump posting overnight that this is the calm before the storm.
Closer to home in our province, lots changing on the political landscape, lots at stake for the opposition party. Let's check in with our very own Rob Shaw and see what's coming up tonight on Political Capital. Rob.
Well, Scott, lots happening on the political beat these days. We're going to be talking on the show about a recall effort that has been launched against Vancouver Quilchena MLA Dallas Brody. It's a very high bar to reach a recall campaign in this province. No one's ever successfully done it. But could it happen this time? We'll get into that. Plus, BC nurses have voted to strike. The question is, will the government cave to their demands? We'll get into that as well. The nurses have a lot of leverage in these talks, and the government has a track record in this round of bargaining of basically giving in to union demands. Plus, we'll get into some other issues that are in and around BC politics. There is so much happening coming up right after the newscast, so don't change that dial. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Rob. Well, turning creativity into community, your island's vital people, is next.
Join me June 5th at Blue Grouse Winery for Awaken the Fire, a cultural blend of Indigenous arts, music, storytelling, and live fashion show. Proceeds supporting Hope and Health for Life Society. Awaken the Fire on June 5th.
It's Vintage Hot Tub's 48th anniversary and the Victoria Day Factory Sale. Triple dip on big factory-sponsored savings. Enjoy the ultimate wellness experience every day with jacuzzi, hot tubs, and Sundance spas at 20 to 25% below retail. Plus, swim spas, infrared and red light saunas, jacuzzi massage chairs, and cold plunge tubs. It's all stress deductible.
Go to vintagehottubs.com.
At Jenner, it's our promise to give your family the best deal from the best people on a new Chevrolet Bolt or Equinox EV. Our 45th anniversary continues to go green at Jenner Chevrolet Buick GMC, still on the old on-highway.
When you open a bag of Quaker Oats, you'll find the hard work and heart of a small city called Peterborough. Together with 100% whole grain Canadian oats, all the ingredients that make Quaker a welcome guest at the breakfast table.
Being local is unique. We started the organization 14 years ago in Greater Victoria. By supporting local businesses and organizations, we're keeping the money in our community, and we will thrive as a result. We're the go-to place for all things local.
Broadmead, Oak Bay, Colwood, and the all-new Qualicum Beach Hearing Clinic. 4 convenient locations with one commitment: your optimal hearing health. Our team of hearing professionals have advanced university-level training and are experts at diagnosing and treating hearing loss, balance disorders, and tinnitus. We seek to improve your quality of life with a solution tailored to you. Broadmead, Oak Bay, Colwood, and the all-new Qualicum Beach Hearing Clinic.
This week on Political Capital, BC nurses vote to strike and Dallas Brody faces a recall campaign. Our panel breaks it all down Sundays on CHEK and wherever you get your podcasts. Brought to you by Uber Canada.
This CHEK program is brought to you in part by Real Rug Washing by Loverrug.com. Fall in love with your rugs all over again.
A Victoria artist is turning her creativity into community impact with a new art show fundraiser. Wild Art for the Big of Heart is supporting 10 different nonprofits, and it's hoping to raise not just money, but also awareness about how they're making it happen in our community. Tess Van Straten takes a look in this week's Vital People.
Come over here and I'll show you this one.
Victoria sculptor Tanya Bubb shows us her latest creations.
The bird at the top is the soul of the house, and you can see that she remains kind of pure and childlike and innocent.
This one's a tribute to Voices in Motion Choir.
The work they do, bringing people together, people with memory issues and their caregivers, uniting in music, which is something that everybody can share. This piece here is called Bliss.
Several pieces at Tanya's new Wild Art for the Big of Heart show at the Gage Gallery are a tribute to a local nonprofit.
This particular sculpture was done in support of Soap for Hope.
A total of 10 passion projects will benefit as Tanya transforms her creativity into community impact.
I always do a fundraiser for a charity, and this time I thought I wanted to get one that maybe people hadn't already heard of. And I started to research it, and I just found out about all these incredible things that people were doing around the city. And I thought, you know what, why don't I do a fundraiser for all of them? And there are the orcas playing in the ocean.
Spanning a wide range of causes from environmental stewardship and accessibility.
All of these different, very colorful busts who are wearing different lenses. And it sort of represents how there are so many different ways to see the world. It's done in support of CNIB.
To food security and animal welfare, Tanya hopes the art fundraiser won't just raise money, but also awareness about all the different groups making a difference.
And I just thought it would be a fantastic way for people to kind of use art as a conduit to connecting with a charity and for just to be inspired by the amazing work that's being done. This one is a tribute to Elder Carl Olson, and as you can see at the very, very top above the waterfall, there he is with his picket sign.
The exhibit features dozens of sculptures created from driftwood, wire, and paper.
This is for a fabulous charity called the Victoria Therapeutic Riding Association.
And in addition to buy donation events this month, including film screenings, beer tasting, horseshoe painting, and a live concert, % of the purchase price to the charity of their choice.
I feel like I've gotten so much from the community, from Victoria. You know, my connections with people just enrich my life so much. And so this is sort of an opportunity for me to return a little bit about what I've received.
Wild Art for the Big of Hearts at the Gage Gallery until May 31st.
Vital People is brought to you in part by the Victoria Foundation, connecting people who care with causes that matter.
I'm Tess Van Straten, and your Victoria Day forecast is coming up. But first, here's a look at weather around the world. Showers in 13 in Yarrow, Scotland, 15 with showers in Armenia's capital, and sunny in 27 in Yamaguchi, Japan.
Weather around the world is brought to you by ComSense Cabinets, designed for your space, built for your life.
We live here, we work here.
And we care about getting your move right.
You Move Me provides big-hearted service.
With friendly, uniformed professional movers.
A stress-free move is within your reach.
Book your best move ever at youmove.me.com.
From pop music legend Cyndi Lauper, the Tony and Grammy-winning feel-good best musical about seizing your destiny and being who you want to be. Kinky Boots, playing the Royal Theatre July 7th through 12, on sale at rmts.bc.ca.
At Jenner, it's our promise to give your family the best deal from the best people on a new Chevrolet Bolt or Equinox EV. Our 45th anniversary continues to go green at Jenner Chevrolet Buick GMC, still on the old on-highway.
Not letting joint pain slow me down has always been part of my game. Joint pain can affect anyone, no matter how you move. When it gets in the way, you can trust Genicol Anti-Inflammatory.
Genicol Anti-Inflammatory contains turmeric curcumin, bioperine, and amino-lock collagen, made with patented technology to help reduce joint pain associated with osteoarthritis.
Feel the difference using Genicol.
Genicol makes me feel so good.
Living in the best community deserves the best towing services with 24/7 fast, safe, and reliable assistance. You may not know what the road will throw at you, but know your community tow truck company has you covered. West Shore Towing, here, there, and everywhere.
Refire Kitchen is our go-to spot to take the stress out of mealtime.
Comfort food made with quality local ingredients. Fully prepared meals available in both fresh and frozen. You simply take and bake. Refire Kitchen Victoria. We've got dinner covered.
Whatever your passion, whatever your activity, a lot of your health and wellness goals are riding on your feet. At New Balance Victoria, comfort and performance starts with a proper fitting shoe. Come in for a complimentary 3D foot scan evaluation. We assess your foot width, length, arches, and gait to ensure you get the product that fits and works best for your activities. You provide the passion, we provide the fit. New Balance Victoria, the island's running and walking store for over 20 years.
What small Canadian bird of prey is named after the sound of a saw being sharpened? If you guessed the northern saw-whet owl, you're right. Learn more at hww.ca.
Gorgeous shot out of Nanaimo. Tess, you were right. Today so far has been the best of the bunch. People hoping that it holds out at least for the big parade tomorrow morning.
Well, it is looking dry for Victoria for the parade tomorrow morning, so that's the good news. But it might be a cloudier start to the day for a good chunk of the island tomorrow before we see a little bit of clearing. And all of these clouds here, these are convective clouds. So that means unsettled conditions like what we saw yesterday, where it can be sunny one minute, raining the next minute, or possibly hailing or sun and showers at the same time. So very typical spring conditions, still a little bit unsettled. But here you can see moving into Monday and Tuesday, we're going to watch it clear out again for tonight. So some areas increasing cloud cover tonight building, and then into Monday morning you can see clear for the parade, and then some cloud cover moving and just some isolated rain for parts of the island for tomorrow. Now zooming out for the North Island, increasing cloudiness for the northern tip for tonight, and then tomorrow 60% chance of showers tomorrow afternoon. Otherwise cloudy or mainly cloudy conditions for the northern tip. Temperature wise still on the cool side for Port Hardy, Port McNeill, Port Alice, so below seasonal daytime highs there. Wind from the northwest tonight 20 to 40 kilometers an hour. Things are looking like it'll be light in terms of winds for tomorrow. Now for the west coast of the island, some wind tonight as well. Northwest 30 to 50 kilometers an hour tonight, and then tomorrow northwest winds in that 20 to 30 kilometer an hour range. So higher winds for tonight, dying down a little bit for tomorrow. Some nice double-digit overnight lows for coastal areas tonight. So clear or partly cloudy, but increasing cloud cover tonight for coastal areas as well as inland locations. Expect that increasing cloud cover for you tonight. Then tomorrow into a mix of sun and cloud right across the board. UV tomorrow for this part of the island is 6 or high, so keep that in mind. We have had some lower UVs over the last couple of days for some regions, and then into the 20s for Port Alberni, Gold River, Lake Cowichan. Some hotter spots in Port Alberni likely above that 20-degree mark for tomorrow. East Island and Powell River, we're also looking at increasing cloud cover this evening, so if it's partly cloudy where you are right now, expect to see that cloud cover build. Some areas have started to see that already. So overnight tonight we're expecting cloudy conditions for the most part, and then likely starting the day off cloudy tomorrow, but shifting to a mix of sun and cloud in the morning. So expect that clearing for you tomorrow. Temperature wise, pretty nice. Temperatures in the high teens into the 20s for island locations, 18 for Powell River with that mix of sun and cloud in store for tomorrow. And the UV will be 6 or high for the East Island as well as Powell River. Now for the South Island, partly cloudy conditions right now for us, but we are expecting increasing cloud cover likely for the South Island, especially Greater Victoria, not until around midnight tonight. So cloudier conditions for us overnight. It should be a pretty nice evening, and then temperature-wise dropping down to 9s and 10s, which is pretty good for this time of year. A little bit of wind though kicking up. So southwest winds 20 kilometers an hour except by Juan de Fuca Strait. Once again, those west winds for Juan de Fuca Strait 40 kilometers an hour tonight. And then tomorrow we're expecting southeast winds 20 kilometers an hour for tomorrow across the board. So that's the good news. Not very windy conditions in the forecast for tomorrow. A little more wind for Port Renfrew and areas on this end of Juan de Fuca Strait in store. And then expect to see a mix of sun and cloud or clearing tomorrow morning. So some sunny breaks at the very least. We are expecting cloudier conditions overnight and into early tomorrow morning, but that UV will be 6 or high for us as well for tomorrow. Zooming out across the province, Vancouver's also looking at some sunshine for tomorrow. Sunshine and showers for Whistler, so that temperature a little bit warmer for Whistler and into the Fraser Valley, and then thunderstorms for Kamloops possible. So that's not good news in terms of the fire risk to have thunderstorm activity. Cranbrook also has a chance of thunderstorms there, and some showers for Bella Coola. Prince George, mainly cloudy conditions for Victoria Day. Across the province, a huge range from frost warnings to heat warnings, believe it or not. So Prince Rupert first, some shower activity there. Edmonton looking at some thunderstorms. Calgary's warmed up after snow yesterday. And then we have snow in store for Regina for Victoria Day, into Thunder Bay, some lightning, and then a heat warning for parts of southern Ontario. So temperatures around 30 degrees Celsius, but humidity feeling more like 36 degrees for parts of southern Ontario, including Toronto, and then shower activity through Quebec and Montreal, and showers for St. John's as well. A little bit of a mix for the rest of the Maritimes, some sunshine with that cloud cover. Here's the long range forecast for the North Island. So the North Island does have some chances of precipitation after that 60% chance of showers tomorrow afternoon, 40% chance for Tuesday. Otherwise, a mix of sun and cloud Tuesday and Wednesday. Temperature back to mid-teens there, so more seasonal conditions Wednesday and Thursday. Lots of sunshine for Thursday, and then partly cloudy for Friday and Saturday, and a small chance of showers Saturday at this point. For the Central Island, and this is the East Island forecast, so inland areas might be a little bit warmer than this. Dry conditions for at least another week. Not good news for those areas that have already been so dry because the drought, of course, as well as our fire danger. But the temperatures have helped us the last few days in terms of dampening down our wildfire risk. But we definitely need some precipitation. We're looking at partly sunny conditions, partly cloudy conditions. Some areas might see more cloud or more sun for the next couple of days. Lots of sunshine Wednesday and Thursday, temperatures into the 20s there, and then partly cloudy conditions Friday and Saturday, and nice overnight lows, really keeping things a little bit warmer with those double-digit overnight lows. South Island also has overnight lows in that 9 to 10 degree range, so you know we're getting closer to summer with that. After the clearing tomorrow morning, we're looking at partly cloudy conditions for Tuesday, warming up on Wednesday and Thursday around that 20 degree mark or above for some areas, lots of sunshine, and then partly cloudy conditions for Friday and Saturday, but no rain in sight for the South Island, unfortunately, because we do need it. All right, here's a look at today's Country Grocer celebrations. Happy 90th birthday to Marg Dufour of Victoria, and also to Bruce Woodrow of Victoria. 91st birthday greetings go out to Nicholas Oud of Kelowna. All the best to Margaret Branchy of Campbell River as she marks her 95th birthday today. And congratulations to Joe and Carmen Gillivet of Victoria as they celebrate their 74th anniversary today. We hope you had a wonderful day. You can send those milestone birthdays and anniversaries on our website. Just go to cheknews.ca and look for the contest tab. Just a reminder to send them at least a day and up to a week in advance. And for birthdays, it's 90 plus, so that's due to high demand. Anniversaries are 60 plus. And now it's time for your Smile of the Day.
Smile of the Day, brought to you by Dr. Ross Crapo and Associates.
If we haven't met you yet, we're just a phone call away. If we can help, we'd like to.
Well, it's that time of year. CHEK viewer Jerry Van Heusen sent in this cute video of a Canada goose family out for a stroll. Now, it should be noted they are not using a crosswalk. Often the geese on the South Island do tend to use the crosswalk with their little goslings. So if any geese mamas and papas are watching, please make sure you teach your babies to look both ways and only use marked crossings. But at least the goslings crossed quickly and didn't dawdle.
So many of them.
Yes, Jerry said they watch them constantly go across, and sometimes they dawdle or they get distracted, and it can be quite entertaining to watch the parents try to herding cats, get them across the street there. This was on McDonald Park Road in North Saanich. Jerry
cute.
calls it the annual goose trot.
Yes, you're seeing it everywhere for sure. Thanks so much, Tess. When we come back, T-ball. It gets the big league treatment here on the island. Jordan Cunningham is next.
Comfort starts at home, and our home will always be here in Canada. At Heirloom Linens, we're home to Victoria's largest selection of bedding, where many of our duvets, pillows, and select sheets are made in Canada, crafted with the highest quality for a perfect night's sleep. We also carry hundreds of Canadian supplied and manufactured items to help bring warmth and comfort to every area of your home. Comfort starts at home, and comfort is found here. Be comfortably Canadian at Heirloom Linens. We only sound expensive.
Mama, what's a Dare Veggie Crisps?
Oh, I'm Dare Veggie Crisps. I'm a little bit of all the things. Veggies, crackers, and chips. Vegify your snack time with Dare Veggie Crisps.
Made with real veggies!
Next case, Yogo.
Your Honor, she's always choosing Yogo over us. And while Yogo is made with real fruit and no artificial flavors, she's here.
This food court rules in favor of Yogo.
She's always choosing Yogo. Snack it up.
Archie Johnstone Plumbing and Heating, a full-service mechanical contractor since 1954. From emergency service to preventative maintenance, commercial to residential. Archie Johnstone Plumbing and Heating. We're plumb serious about plumbing. Visit us at ajph.com.
If you're looking to build your dream kitchen, customization is the key.
Island Dream Kitchens manufactures to exact specifications right here in Victoria. Whether it starts from a picture or an idea, complimentary designers work with you to add all the special touches for any space. Dreams can be built within your budget. Design, manufacture, install.
From start to finish, Island Dream Kitchens bring your dreams to life.
Our goal is to match every pet with a loving home, one adoption at a time. Donate now, and you can help give adoptable pets the home they deserve. PetSmart Charities of Canada. For pets, for people, for good.
I know love isn't a fairy tale.
Really? A story about love, choices, and second chances.
Will you marry me?
Wait.
No, I don't need a guy.
A romantic journey that will steal your heart. Definitely, maybe. Tonight at 8 on CHEK.
Closed captioning of this CHEK program is brought to you by Hendra Moving and Storage. There's no move too big or too small. You're locally owned moving and storage experts on Vancouver Island.
The Big League Treatment is brought to you by Island Canadian Tire Stores, proud supporter of Jumpstart. Because when kids can play, we all win.
Big league dreams have to start somewhere, and if you're a ball player, chances are you started with T-ball. It's just like baseball, but starring really tiny people with really big voices.
Okay, guys, up on your feet. Ready?
Of all the summer sports kids play, one remains undefeated.
Our record is all wins. We've tied every game.
In T-ball, losing isn't part of the game.
Well, they don't really say who wins, so we don't know.
Hey, shouldn't you stand up? And not just because the defense is always ready for action, or because these laser-focused hitters rarely miss the mark.
There you go, runner.
With so many runs crossing the plate, they just don't bother keeping track. For the players, though, it's always a numbers game.
How many home runs do you have this year?
5.
Really?
Yeah.
If it's been a few years since your T-ball days, here's a brief explainer. It starts with getting suited up.
Hey, what do we have to wear when we play T-ball? Like, what's the gear? What do you got?
This and sneakers and this.
What are those fancy shoes called?
I don't know.
Cleats, I'm told, and uniforms are flexible. If the flair of a faux fur vest pairs well with a strawberry bike helmet, swing for the fences.
There you go, run, run, run.
It's whatever makes you happy. And when you do find yourself on base, it's key to get some rest. Because before you know it, you're up and running at the ping of a tiny aluminum bat.
Not you, go!
Just remember where you're going.
Hey, where do you have to go after this?
Home plate.
Yeah. Then there's the defensive side of the game.
Where does your glove go? On your head?
No! On your hand!
To top it off, a big wad of chew completes the look.
How much gum you got in your mouth?
One piece.
You look like a baseball player.
In fact, these little diamond dogs are baseball encyclopedias.
Hey, you ever seen Bull Durham?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
So without further ado, let's tee up today's matchup. It's Coach Am and the
Superheroes
versus Coach Bob and the
Gecko Tigers.
Let's cut to the action. Top of the first, Superheroes playing the shift. Count them, 4 players lining up at third base. What a play to knock it down. Great throw, but the speedy runner beats it out. That'll load the bases for the Gecko Tigers, and with runners on first, second, and third, a display of right-handed power brings home the game's first run. First of many in the inning. Between innings is a good chance to warn any kidophobes out there to avoid Hollywood Park on Saturdays. The place is literally crawling with kids.
Don't eat his legs.
Including one rogue baby.
Eating my
Excuse me, sir, your thoughts on this afternoon's contest?
Between inning interviews are tricky with everybody so locked in.
I think we're about to figure it. Hi.
Now back to the action. Bottom half of the first. Superheroes up to bat, and they feast on Gecko Tiger pitching. The hits keep coming. This scorekeeper's nightmare ends in a tie.
That was chaos.
Yes, it was.
If between inning interviews are tricky, post-game interviews are impossible.
See you later.
But only because there's a stampede to the concession for post-game suckers.
Do you guys get like lollipops after?
Yeah, or like slushies or wind pops a lot. Papa, my favorite.
Is that your post-game sucker?
Cooley, it's a microphone.
It's all a massive win, despite what the non-existent scoreboard doesn't say.
They don't really have winnings in this level. On the next level, I think there's winning.
We'll worry about winning another day, because for now, this is as big league as it gets. Every Saturday.
Put your hands in. Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
All summer long.
And if you want the big league treatment, all you have to do is submit your request to blt@cheknews.ca.
Coming up next, and this is Willow, who is treat obsessed, but she will make a great pet. She needs to learn manners a little bit. She hasn't had a lot of experience with a lot of manners, but she's getting there, and having the treats certainly helps. We'll tell you all about her after the break on Pet Check. Tonight on Check, it's Political Capital with Rob Shaw at 6, followed by the best of the upside. At 7, 3 strangers try to outrun a trivia champion on the chase. Then at 8, it's the romantic comedy Definitely Maybe, starring Ryan Reynolds, followed by the documentary Our Table at 10:15.
Across BC, we're preparing for wildfire together. In areas at risk, people are making grab-and-go bags and emergency plans for all family members. Others are clearing brush and putting in fire-resistant plants. And everyone can be prepping for smoke, staying informed, and traveling responsibly. The Government of BC is working with wildfire experts and communities to be prepared. So join us. Together, we'll be wildfire ready.
Slow melting. Smooth coating. Long lasting. Cadbury Dairy Milk.
It starts with a meal, a small moment that opens the door to shelter, housing, addiction treatment, employment, and purpose. Our Place is the pathway from surviving to thriving. Donate today at ourplacesociety.com.
Romeo's is proud to be serving Victoria and Vancouver Island for over 40 years. If you can't come to Romeo's, Romeo's will deliver to you.
300 Romeo's pizzas delivered right now.
Whoa, it's Romeo's, proud sponsor of people who love to eat.
Yeah, I hear you. I stopped voting years ago. I read somewhere that they don't even count the ballots. Now, what was that for?
I had to fact check you because you were spreading misinformation. This is why we need credible journalists who fact check information before sharing it.
Got it. I guess I will vote.
Come on.
Up we go. Can't even remember where I read that.
At Jenner, it's our promise to give your family the best deal from the best people on a new Chevrolet Bolt or Equinox EV. Our 45th anniversary continues to go green at Jenner Chevrolet Buick GMC, still on the old on highway.
This CHEK program is brought to you in part by Real Rug Washing by Loverrug.com. Fall in love with your rugs all over again. Pet Check is brought to you by Bosley's, a proud supporter of the Victoria Humane Society. Go to petvalue.ca/companions for change.
It's Pet Check time, and this is Willow. She is treat obsessed, and I mean obsessed. If I don't give her all these treats right now, she's going to be very mad at me.
She's going to stop looking at you. So Willow she came into us as an owner surrender, and her owner had some severe mental health issues. So unfortunately, she came in with some quirks. She hasn't been properly trained. She's like, she's pretty good. She's pretty good, but she'll tell you everything she wants.
Like
she's
another treat.
Yeah. Like, please don't stop. She came in and we were told she's 5. I would say she's closer to 8 to 10. Just the way she acts, the way she moves, the way she had very little muscle mass on her. She's getting better. She is really good with small dogs, really good. She's getting much better with big dogs. She can be a little barky when she first meets a big dog, but that was just lack of socialization. We've been working hard with her. She has been staying out at our facility in Woodruff, and the thing about that is I've been staying out at the facility at Woodruff because we haven't been able to get fosters for dogs, and it's hard to believe looking at her that you couldn't get a foster for her. Like, I mean, I wouldn't put her with tiny children. I would, you know what I mean, like that. But hello,
but she's not a high maintenance crazy dog.
No, she's not, and she needs very little walking at this point because she does need walking, but because she hadn't been walked, she has very little muscle tone, so she's getting better. Come out this way a little bit so that people can see.
As well, as you might notice. So that's something to be aware of. You're going to have to brush her a lot, and that'll help with all of the shedding. It's this time of year too, where they're losing their winter coats. Not that we need a winter coat here, but we wanted to talk about your desperate need for fosters. Because you shouldn't have to be sleeping out at the chosen facility because you can't find foster home.
And the thing is, I've got 3 dogs out there now who are great with everything. They're awesome, awesome dogs. They could go anywhere, and we're just not even getting fosters for like I get it when you can't get a foster for a dog who's super reactive, or you know,
or can't go with any other animals.
Yeah, things like that.
Children.
I totally understand that, but these are dogs like her that can go with pretty much anything. And so we're desperate for people who have space for larger dogs because people are saying they're too big, they're too this, which you know, some people aren't ready for that, and that's fine. And she is a love bug. I'm surprised that we're not getting people wanting to take some of the dogs, like we had her and Gunner and Callie that we couldn't get fosters for, so they're all staying out there. And they all, they love it, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful piece of property. They run around all day on 40 acres.
But you would rather be at your house.
I would rather be home, and they need to, they need to get, come on here.
There might be some crumbs on my hand.
There might be some crumbs here. But yeah, if anybody's looking to foster, please fill out a foster application because we are desperate, and the reality is we can't take in any more dogs if we don't have places for them to go. We're not set up at Woodruff with kennels or anything yet, so they're just living in the house with me, so it's not like we can have multiple. There's only so many we can have there.
And fostering's so rewarding, and it's a short-term commitment. So it's great if you want to have an animal or some animal time, but you can't make a longer-term commitment. You can get that little, dog or cat love for a little bit. Or if you're interested in adopting, it's a great way to foster to adopt, so you know if the animal's a good fit for your house or not a good fit, and then of course you get first dibs on adopting the animal.
We've had a
when you're
lot of
fostering.
people lately who have been foster fails. They thought they weren't ready, so they decided they would foster. You do need some more brushing, sweetie.
Yes.
So we have a lot of people who in the last week we haven't been posting dogs because they've been adopted by their fosters. So that's great too.
That's great news.
But
then you know it's going to work if you've been fostering the animal.
Look at you. You just love everybody.
It's a great way to see if it's a good fit for your family.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, if you're interested in Willow, just go to our website, cheknews.ca. Click on the Pet Check page there. We'll have a link for adoption information. You can fill out an application through the Victoria Humane Society. Thanks for watching. All right, our CHEK Community Canine Ambassador Cha-Cha is here, and Scott wanted to see her Highland Games outfit, so this is her little
I feel so bad that she has to wear this now.
I think she likes the jacket. She's not sure about the hat. This was my Mike cozy, so who wore it best, the Mike or Cha-Cha? She's looking pretty cute.
I'm so sorry.
No, she's good.
I'm so sorry.
And see, look, here, look at that, see? Do a little dance. She's practicing because Cha-Cha is here to promote a Victoria Humane Society fundraiser coming this week.
Yes.
She'll be doing her first fashion show, so she's going
to be on the catwalk?
Yeah, she's going to be on the catwalk.
Oh,
a little dog on the
wow.
catwalk, walking with me. Chattis Leo is also modeling to help raise money, and you're, of course, back as MC of the Man and His Dog fashion show. It's the 14th annual fashion show with a few good women as well. It's presented by Outlooks for Men with Marikai Boutique in support of the Humane Society. So it's this Thursday at Uptown. The doors open at 6 and the show starts around 7:30. You're going to want to come early though, because there is a puppy cuddling station. Cha-Cha might have to go cuddle some puppies. Silent auction items are great. There's dogs on the catwalk, music, food, and drink.
It's a great event.
Yes,
it's a great event
lots
for a
of
great
fun.
cause.
What more could you ask for? And of course, this year's been a tough year for the Victoria Humane Society with lots of medical cases, the parvo outbreak that's hit a lot of the rescues pretty hard as well. So if you want tickets, there's still tickets available. If you missed that up on the screen, I will put it on the Pet Check page on our website. So just go to the Pet Check page, look for today's dog, and there'll be a link in there as well.
Her hair's all messy.
Oh, but she wants to wear a little hat. This is
I
her
was just
little...
giving her a little breather.
So I don't know who wore it better. Oops. Okay, we'll get to pet photos. We'll fix your hat and get to pet photos. First up, we have some paddle boarding pooches. Robert Coughlin sent in these shots of Mabel and Nova, along with Darcy, out on the water having some fun. And this is Max, pictured at 4 months old in December on a very foggy morning at Sprout Lake. Irene Bilton of Port Alberni says this was Max's first time at the lake and he was mesmerized by the dragon boaters. Our next pet pick is Kitty Misha. Dave Tyre says she's in her favorite vitamin D replenishment spot here. Very smart kitty. Wolf Monty says he's training his dog KC to be a PTSD service dog. He's pictured here with Light, the cat, who's helping to train him. Jennifer Sorrell sent in this photo of her dog Duke, all bundled up and looking dashing in this photo. See, he has a hat like Cha-Cha does. And last but not least is sweet beagle mix Sophie. Thanks to Maria Dumity for sending in this cute shot of Sophie. Her coat looks a little bit like Cha-Cha's little tartan jacket as well. And while I was doing those photos, Scott was just kissing Cha-Cha the whole time. But if you think your pet is picture perfect, the Vancouver Island Dogs Calendar Contest from Freedom Paws Canada Service Dogs is underway. Now, this is the 6th year for the fundraiser, and it's grown to be the single biggest annual fundraiser for the charity. So great charity there, raising more than $137,000 today. This is last year's overall winner, Penny, Pretty in Pink, photographed by Paulina Saranen. This year's contest runs until May 31st, and you can enter at gogophotocontest.com. Just look for the Freedom Paws Canada page on there. The whole URL was too long to put up on screen. But good luck to everyone entering that contest, helping to raise money for a good cause. And of course, Cha-Cha will be helping to raise money for a good cause as well, but we need the hat on to do the comparison.
She took it off. She took it off.
You took it off.
No, she took it off.
So who wore it best, the microphone or Cha-Cha? We need the comparison
Cha-Cha always
shot.
looks it better. Cha-Cha always looks better.
See, there she is. I can see her on preview. They're not taking the shot. It's very cute. There we go. So we'll do a
She looks
who wore
thrilled.
it best tomorrow.
She looks.
She is totally fine.
happy.
She's in her little meditating, like a
Very
little
cute.
rub.
Yes, so the fashion show coming up, and of course tomorrow the parade, 9 a.m. right here on CHEK.
Good night.